What's up, everybody? Colorado BDR day 0. So it's day 0 because technically I haven't ridden the BDR yet, and so it's not really BDR day 1. So if you haven't seen my other video, I'm actually meeting up with a guided group that's going to then take us down the Colorado BDR, and so they started in Denver. I'm starting on the western slope of Colorado, and so I met them up north. We're in a great ski town called Steamboat. If you've never been to Steamboat, it's an awesome place. Still has somewhat of a blue collar vibe left. It's like one of the few ski towns that still kind of has that like farming and agricultural and kind of like western feel to it. It's dying out fast, so get here quick before that completely goes away, in my opinion. But great town if you've never been up here. So for me, I had about a 200-mile day, all pavement. I will say that the Tiger 900 Rally Pro on the pavement, having spent a lot of time on the Honda CRF 450 RL recently, that thing is just brutal on the road. As I talked about in my other video, just doing 25 miles on that thing's rough. Makes the Tiger feel like a Cadillac. The shifting is so smooth. I will say Triumph's quick shifter is probably the best in the biz. It is so smooth. The quick shifter on the Ducati was a little bit jerky. It worked good, you know, especially when you're ripping through the gears, but the Triumph is just so smooth. So the quick shifter is amazing on that bike. Overall, the bike handled really well. It was really nice, really comfortable. I kind of skirted a storm all the way here, so to get here I had to leave the Grand Valley. Then I had to go up to headed east towards this town called Rifle. From Rifle, Colorado, if you've never been to Rifle, actually a pretty cool town. Doesn't get a lot of attention if you've never been to Rifle, Colorado. The town, good mountain biking there. Some of my favorite trails are there. The hogback system, and they're never busy because nobody really goes to Rifle. Also, Rifle Falls is really cool. Really cool waterfalls, super easy to get to. So if you want to take grandma and she can't hike very far, you can park, and then it's like a 100-yard walk to Rifle Falls. Super cool spot. But anyways, enough about Rifle. So to cruise through Rifle, you kind of climb up a pass before you drop into this little town called Meeker. As I was coming up towards Meeker, the clouds were just black. I was pretty sure I was going to get rained on pretty hard. I was wearing my Climb Carlsbad gear, so it is Gore-Tex. I know we'll stop all the debates about Gore-Tex, whether it's really good waterproof and breathability. That's for another conversation, but it should be decently waterproof. So I wasn't too worried about it. I was actually more concerned about just like having to slow down to ride on really wet roads, because the Bridgestone Battle Axe AX41s, which I have on the Tiger, great off-road, great on dry pavement, a little squirrely when it gets wet, especially fresh rain when you have all that sludge and dirt. So, for new riders, if you don't know this is something I learned. The most dangerous time when it rains when you're on a motorcycle is when it just starts raining, because it picks up all the soot and the dirt and the grease and the oils and all the stuff that's been sitting on the road, and it lifts it to the surface and it makes it really slippery at that time. After about, they say 5 to 10 minutes, I think is the rule. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong about this, leave a comment below. All of you more experienced riders. For some reason, why you experienced riders watch my videos, I don't know, but it's cool. I'm glad you're here. Leave a comment below if I'm wrong. But then all of that stuff kind of gets washed off the side of the road, and then you can gain traction. So I was actually more concerned about just like hydroplaning, which would be another issue, right? And then getting caught in the start of a storm and then it being really slippery and having to slow down. And the Bridgestones aren't that great, especially when it's wet, in the wet. But I got super lucky, just a little bit of rain. The clouds are super black. It was like, as I was coming into the town of Craig, is actually where I stopped to have lunch. You look to the left, it was like blue skies and sun. You look to the right, and it was just black. It was super dark clouds. But I did pretty much miss a storm the whole way. And then I rolled into this little town of Craig. Kind of a depressing town, Craig. If you're not, I think it's a good hunting town if you like to go hunting. Not a lot in Craig, Colorado. There's a good coffee shop actually on the end of town. I think it's still there. I'll look up the name and I'll put a comment below. But if you are going through Craig, you should support it, because that was a good shop. I met the owner, super good guy, really good coffee. Coffee's important, so support good cafes. So if you're in Craig, go check them out. I'll put a link below. Stopped, had lunch, actually ran into a couple of guys on Harleys that were riding from the northeastern side of Colorado from Dinosaur, and they got hammered in that storm, and they said it was really bad and they had to pull over. So stopped, had some tacos, ate some lunch, and then I only had about 55 minutes from Craig, which basically follows the Yampa River all the way into the town of Steamboat. again, dirt road the whole way here. Took me about 3 hours or so, 3.5 hours, I think, getting up here. Actually, really surprised with the gas mileage I also got on the Tiger on the way up here. I thought for sure, you know, because I'm around town and short trips and like ripping the local trails around my house and just kind of cruising the bike around town, I get about maybe close to 200 miles. So like I'm generally filling up at like that 150, 175 mile mark. And I thought for sure when I got to Craig, which was 183 miles, that I thought for sure I was going to have to fill up. But actually I still had a half tank. So I got really good gas mileage. I was pretty much just cruising with the cruise control on and 6th gear. Got really good gas mileage and the bike did really good. So I was really surprised. Nice bonus because it's kind of the first all day long highway ride I've done on the Tiger. So that was really good news. Yeah, and then so then from there, really nice ride down the Yampa River into the town of Steamboat where I met up with the group. Kind of got, because it is a guided group, there's a bunch of safety stuff, and because I'm meeting with them here, I had to go down and meet with the leader and get all my, sign my life away and get all the safety demonstrations and stuff, whatever. Yeah, so all in all, good day. One last note that I think I will talk on is how I packed, because this actually worked out pretty good for you. So a couple of caveats. I'm not camping on this trip. If you haven't seen my other trip, we are actually staying in hotels the whole way. And I'm a little bit older now, and so like it's nice to you know, have a ceiling fan and a shower at the end of the day rather than camping. I don't know that I need to camp. If camping's your thing and you love camping, you should camp with BDR. I'm not camping. And actually it's quite nice because when I got here, it was hot. It was really nice to get that gear off and take a shower and then go to dinner, which was really nice, and be able to sit inside, enjoy a nice meal, meet some new people. So with all that caveat, the last thing I'm going to touch on is kind of how I packed, because I did have to carry everything I need for the next 7 days, because it's going to take roughly 7 days to complete this trip. And I think tomorrow we're only doing like 115 miles, which is pretty much most of it's all off-road tomorrow. So really actually hitting the dirt. But I only used the 2 Triumph steel or metal aluminum panniers, steel, maybe so heavy, aluminum panniers. And then I actually have some SW Motec bags that are waterproof that can kind of strap on top. And what I did is I actually packed all of my clean clothes in the SW Motec bags on top, and then actually my panniers are relatively empty, so they're very kind of top heavy right now. But the idea is as I wear these clothes throughout the week, I can then move them out of the clean department and into the dirty department throughout the week, and kind of keep myself self-organized and separated, because that's one thing I always struggle with like traveling, is like clean clothes from dirty clothes and how to keep that organized. So this should actually work out pretty well. In one bag I just pretty much have like my shoes and stuff, and then like an extra jacket for the evenings, and then my other bag I have my basically camera gear, and so it gives me enough room to kind of move my stuff down. So I'll show you how I packed that. Again, I know all of you keyboard comment warriors, you shouldn't use aluminum panniers, you'll break your leg on dirt road. I don't have to carry these bags on the dirt sections tomorrow. So if I was doing the dirt, I probably would have gotten soft bags. Probably just does make more sense, but I don't have to carry these. So that we have a support van that basically just goes to the hotels we're staying and carries our luggage. So I will also show you, I have an old like early 90s, I wanted to say 70s, but I don't think they made them there, 90s low pro like hip camera backpack that actually I rigged up a camel bag in, and I have all my recording gear and my camera in there, and so it's like my day pack, and actually I can clip the hip waist belt onto the bike. So I'll take a video of that tomorrow so you can see how that is. So I have like a day bag with some tools and my camera and water and snacks, all that stuff that I can carry with me, and then the rest of my luggage can just go in the van. So that is it. If you've stayed this long, leave a comment below. Have you done a BDR? Have you done Colorado before? Share with your friends, subscribe, notification bell, all the YouTube stuff that just helps people like me who are creating stuff. And until next time, stay safe out there.